全部だ。 When Naruto gets here, you're all dead.
I highly doubt that.
Time to get serious.
เขามีเมลาซิลเป็นสารไบรท์เทนนิ่งที่ทรงพลังสำหรับหน้าเราเลยแหละผิวมันดูใสขึ้นตั้งแต่วันแรกที่ใช้
There's a new Top Shorts creator. His story. This man is growing faster than Zach himself in only a month. So I decided to call up some YouTube Shorts professionals. Hussein, Royal Pear, and Louis A. We will rank every single short we watch in this video to see if we truly have a new greatest shorts creator. So let's go into the first video.
Cannonball! My friend Bobby jumped in the air towards the couch. His shadow fully engulfed me, and we scrambled away because this was life or death. Bobby landed on the couch, and we immediately heard a massive crack under him. His face fell, and when he stood up, his mom's bike helmet was completely flattened into 2D. I immediately...
Bro, you know how heavy you have to be?
That's crazy. Flattening a bike helmet is not an easy task.
To the floor laughing. Bobby, how do you flatten a bike helmet? My friends rolled on the floor hysterically. That thing survives trucks, but it couldn't survive Bobby. Bobby panicked and grabbed the flat helmet. Guys, this isn't funny.
bro.
Please help me fix this before my mom walks in. I pointed at the helmet. Bro, it literally looks like a pancake. Jason pulled out his phone, taking pictures of it. Bobby was beet red and tried squeezing the helmet back in shape, his chubby fingers shaking. Jason slapped his shoulder. Try sitting on it again, Bobby. Maybe it'll pop back out the other way. I began laughing again, and that's when Bobby's mom walked in carrying groceries. She saw the flat bike helmet in Bobby's hands and gasped, "Why is my helmet flat?" I laughed harder, but Bobby's eyes instantly went wide and he pointed at me. "He sat on it, Mom." My jaw dropped, but I didn't even need to reply as his mom looked at him and rolled her eyes. "I know this was you, Bobby. He's not heavy enough to flatten a bike helmet." Bobby's face dropped, and the three of us collapsed, laughing harder than before.
Yeah, there was no other twist to this. They just made this whole video directed to this guy just being fat. It's just Bobby slander.
Is this like Reddit stories? Is that what this is?
There's no like retribution at the end of this. This is just 1 minute of these kids bullying Bobby for being fat. Like, what
even his mom came in and was like, "Yo, you gotta hit the gym. You gotta hit the weights."
Yeah, no redemption arc, did he?
Yeah, no redemption.
He just stayed chubby.
So our conclusion on this one, everybody gave it an S tier, except for Pear. He gave it an A. I guess he is not easily amused. Let's go to the next one.
This is the video that gave me the craziest first impression of his story.
Okay, bet. Let's watch this one. This better not be like just another minute of bullying fat kids. All right.
Well,
I knocked out the smallest, weakest kid in school.
Oh my god.
No.
It's Chester this time.
Oh, Chester. Chester's tough. I'll give him that.
While I was bench pressing, he cracked my ribs with a 5-pound dumbbell and smiled. That was Chester. He was 4'11", 85 pounds, and was the worst bully I ever met. His two brothers were 6'6", 300 pounds of pure muscle. Nobody touched Chester because they were terrified of his big brothers. I told the teacher, but he never believed that Chester had the strength to actually hurt anyone. I walked around with 2 cracked ribs for 3 months and couldn't laugh without wincing. A week later, my history teacher stepped out. Chester whispered into my ear, "Have you ever felt a tiger's claw?" Then he stabbed a pencil an inch deep into my back. I bled out onto the floor and everyone gasped.
This guy thinks he's Rob Lucci.
7 stitches. My teacher asked the class if anyone saw it. Every single student looked away. Chester smiled again. He was loving this power. PE baseball. Chester slammed a metal bat across my knee. I limped for a month. I still feel it when it rains. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell anyone.
I know, this went on for way too long.
This myself. So I started kickboxing 5 days a week for 6 months straight. I sparred with semi-pros. Got beaten up.
Yeah, he's got to eliminate him.
Shots and earned their respect.
And the older
I stored
brothers
every
too.
one of
Take down the
Chester's
whole
hits in the
family
back of my
bloodline.
mind. I had a college scholarship and couldn't afford to risk losing it. So I waited for the last day of school. I walked up to him and said, "Hey Chester, have you ever felt a tiger's claw?" He looked confused. Before he could say a word, I threw everything. Punches, kicks, elbows, and laid him out on the concrete.
4'11", 85 pounds.
Smug face. A crowd gathered and went completely silent. Then his two brothers pushed through the crowd and got in my face. "Try that shit on us. Go ahead, try it." I looked up at both of them and said, "You might kill me, but I'll take one of you with me to the grave. I swear it." They went quiet, glanced at each other, then walked away. For as big as they
somebody clip
were,
that.
they had never actually been tested.
And they left Chester on the ground. They didn't even get his brother.
Oh my-
They just let him sit there like that Family Guy Peter meme.
Holy.
Yo, they let their little bro lay deceased on the ground like it was nothing.
Dude.
Oh my god.
This is me learning Minecraft PvP.
Whoa. This is
They let their
this is us for every single Minecraft video we've done so far. I'm just predicting. I'm just predicting.
No
what he
charges
put
were
in the last
pressed
episode.
because even his own parents knew he had it coming. When I think about that day, I still get the warm and fuzzies.
the
Okay,
warm
now-
and fuzzies. Let's go to this most
On
recent.
the
Let's go
front
to-
porch covered in blood when 3 cop cars boxed me in. A cop pointed his gun at me
Yo,
and
full
told
box?
me I was
Full box? Oh, Fortnite reference. Bet,
under
bro.
arrest for murder. I said, I know, I'm the one who called it in. He froze. They cuffed me and shoved me into the back of a squad car.
In Among Us terms, they call this a self-report, if you don't know.
As we drove away, I looked back at my stepfather's house
It's
through
tough,
the rear
I'll give him
window.
that.
The same house where my mom died 8 years ago. Everyone called it an accident, but
Yeah.
I was there.
All right.
I was 10 years old when I watched him walk away from
It's a
her
fat
body
ass
at the
kid.
bottom of the stairs.
Yo, actually, yo, bro. He said he was 8 years old, bro.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Yo,
it was a.
that's an 8-year-old, bro.
Oh, yeah, my fault. My fault.
Yeah. No, bro.
This kid's a child. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I was 10 years old when I watched him walk
Yo,
Bro,
okay,
too many sandwiches.
I can't look at this kid anymore, bro. It's
away from her body at the
Why
bottom
is he
of the
dressed like
stairs. They
Subway?
dragged me into a cold room with a metal table and a one-way mirror.
Just as a Subway
Slammed the
employee.
fire down. The dead man on the floor,
That's my guy right there.
covered in his blood, and you called it in. Yourself. This is the easiest case I've had in 20 years. I slid 2 phones across the table. That dead man helped
One
my
for the plug, one
stepfather
for the
kill
load.
my mom 8 years ago.
Oh,
Last week he
yes.
told my stepfather
Wait,
he
I
couldn't
see what's
handle the
happening
guilt
here.
anymore and was going to confess everything to the police. So tonight my stepfather went back to shut him up for good. The detective's laugh died. I put a tracker
line.
on my stepfather's car 2 years
somebody clip
ago
that.
and followed him tonight.
clip
I
that,
heard
clip
the
that.
gunshot, went inside and checked for a pulse, and that's whose blood this is. Then
I don't like how the lips aren't lining up. He's like,
bro, he uploads 3 times a day. Let's cut him some slap.
3. He uploads 12 times a day.
12?
Once every 2 hours and a long form
No.
every day. Bro, what do you think the 2 billion views a month come from?
Call
I think his
911.
BMI is pushing
I
30.
tapped the second.
well, bro.
A red dot crawled across the screen. Right
Still
now,
do numbers
he's at
on the second
pier,
channel.
about to drop
Yeah, true, bro. I
the
no
murder
pause.
weapon in the river. You have 5 minutes before that gun hits the water and he walks free. He stared at me like I was crazy. You expect me to believe some kid in a bloody shirt? You don't have to believe me. You just have to move. The dot inched closer to the edge. He snatched both phones and bolted. 40 minutes crawled by. Then the door burst open and 2 cops hauled my stepfather in dripping wet. Water poured off his hair onto the table. He saw my face and stopped breathing. I leaned forward. 8 years. And you never saw me coming. They dragged him out screaming. The detective came back with no cuffs in his hands. Just a nod. I pulled him out of the water and the gun was still in his hand. I walked out the front door and drove straight to my mom's grave. Sat in the grass beside her stone.
How is an
and
8-year-old
brushed the
driving?
leaf off her name. He got life, Mom. I spent 8 years making sure he would.
Wow, kid's tough.
I sent another one. Apparently, this is his first ever video he's ever made. The one that I just sent.
Oh, okay.
This is his very
First
first video
ever,
ever.
yeah.
What the
first
hell?
ever.
No, I'm
4
sorry.
months
I just
ago.
saw a crazy headline. You guys know FaZe Rug? They just auctioned off a half-eaten burger from him for $7,000.
Bro.
Someone
What?
bought a half-eaten burger from him for $7,000.
Yo. Who wants to buy a burger that I've half eaten? Any viewers? I'm trying to do a
don't know
hustle.
about
here.
that.
Ninya and I will eat the burger, and then
Yeah.
someone will have the other half. We'll sign it too.
You guys want to know a fun fact?
Sign the burger.
Yo, can I sign that too? Can you send it to me and I'll sign it? Take a bite of
Yeah.
it.
Yo, Lewis, will you sign the burger?
Absolutely.
If all 4 of us sign a burger, who's buying it for $300,000? Viewers, lock in.
His first ever video. This one.
Why are these always so violent?
A teenager tortured my dog for fun, then threatened to do it again. My dog had gone missing for a few hours.
It's
And when I
Chester
found
back
him,
at it again.
He was standing.
No, bro. You're kidding
It's just
me.
this kid Chester, man. Get him out of here. Someone hit him with a car. Foreshadowing.
We need Bobby to take out Chester. We need a lore follow-up on both of those to connect the stories in the future, his story, because that would be a banger. Okay. Let's see this dog get tortured.
Standing outside another house in my neighborhood, he was covered in bruises. His eye was swollen shut, and blood was still dripping down his side. The teenager
this is so
broke down and
sad.
didn't apologize.
This is my second
He just
time
told me
watching
to
this.
keep my dog on a leash,
Getting
or he'd
pissed
do it
twice.
again. I rushed him to the vet, but he was too far gone. I had to put him down just to spare him the suffering. That dog was the only memory I had left of my late wife, Helen. So I called in a few
just gets
favors.
worse.
I found out everything about this kid. His school, his job, his girlfriend. He was enrolled at a Catholic private school, and when I told them what he did, they expelled him within the week. His girlfriend was vegan
Ninja, you're
and an animal
crazy.
lover. So
No, but keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Bro, yeah.
convincing her to break up with him was easy. I sprinkled in a few lies, and she destroyed his car for revenge. Then my friends and I posed as customers at his job and filed complaints until his manager fired him on the spot. His life was gone within days, and as he was walking home after getting fired, I ran him over with my truck.
What the fuck? What the fucking ran him over?
Bro got out of the gate strong with the video. Jesus Christ.
For a first video,
It's pretty
solid,
good,
you know.
Home
Right?
after
Not pretty solid. That's extremely solid.
right? Like that's a
Yo,
good first
while
video.
we're here on subject, why don't we watch all of our first videos?
I found the lowest rated Discord servers, and we're going to be joining them undercover, starting with E-Girl Paradise.
Yo, I'm literally in that server right now. I have
like
it right
a-
here, bro.
No.
Yo!
What?
What the fuck are you doing in there?
Bro,
can't be serious.
I troll in it, bro. I troll in it, okay? I troll in it. It's not. I don't join it genuinely. I'm not eating, okay? I'm doing it ironically.
100 pounds and waiting for my son to come out of school when his
my
classmate
goodness,
laughed.
Chud.
Dude,
No, the
is that your dad?
son
He's
mods.
literally built like a fridge. Another friend tripped him up and laughed when he fell. Maybe if your dad wasn't so fat, he could actually help you up without
Yo, what?
Bro.
pound self in the mirror and realized something needed to change.
Yo, why is he cheeked up?
Tried going on my first walk
I think it's because he's got 400 pounds, bro. I think that's probably why.
in years, but I only made it to the end of the street before I had to take a break.
he's
and
got
sit down on
biceps.
the
Look at
curb,
those
sweat
arms.
soaked through my
True.
shirt.
This guy looks like he
Kids
could
coasted
bench
past
4
on their
plates.
bikes. Run, Forrest, run! I got so angry that I immediately got up and started chasing after them, but my knees started crumbling under the pressure of my own weight, and I instantly stopped and turned around. When I got home, I instinctively reached for the family size of Chips Ahoy, unwrapped the blue plastic, and let them melt
Family
on my
size.
tongue.
คิดจะพักดื่มคิดแคทอร่อยฟินอินกว่าที่เคยช็อกโกแลตเค็มนุ่มละมุนหอมกลิ่นเวเฟอร์อร่อยเต็มรสคิดแคทลองเลย
ทำความสะอาดเติมความชุ่มชื้นบำรุง และสร้างรอยยิ้มใหม่ของคุณกับ Invisalign
I